The ship shook as it passed through the thick atmosphere of Sailor 9. Outside the small window, Captain Maya Trent could see dark clouds swirling with flashes of lightning. The planet looked wild and dangerous, just as the briefing had warned. The ship landed roughly in a clearing surrounded by tall, strange trees. The engines roared, then went silent. Maya unbuckled her seatbelt and stood up carefully. She checked her gear once more. Her plasma rifle was ready, and her suit's sensors scanned the air for any threats. She stepped out of the ship. The air smelled different here, sharp and fresh, with a hint of something metallic. The trees were taller than any on Earth, with thick trunks and glowing leaves that pulsed softly in the dim light. Maya moved quickly but quietly, staying close to the trees for cover. Her boots pressed into soft, mossy ground. Every step was careful because she knew enemies could be watching. Her mission was clear: find the Queen's daughter, Kira, and bring her back safely. But where to start? The rebels were hiding somewhere in this dense forest, and the planet was unfamiliar. Maya pulled out a small device from her belt. A tracker. It was supposed to pick up signals from the Queen's daughter's communicator if she had one. She switched it on, and the device beeped softly. The signal was weak but real. It was somewhere nearby. Maya followed the beeps, moving deeper into the forest. Strange sounds surrounded her. Bird-like creatures calling, leaves rustling, and the distant crack of breaking branches. She stayed alert, knowing danger could be close. Suddenly, the ground trembled. Maya froze and looked up. A massive creature with thick, armored skin and glowing eyes stepped out between the trees. It growled low and sharp. Maya raised her rifle carefully but did not fire. She remembered her training. Sometimes, danger was best avoided. Slowly, she backed away, giving the creature space. It sniffed the air and then turned, disappearing back into the shadows. Breathing hard, Maya moved on. The forest grew darker as the sun set behind tall mountains. The tracker beeped faster. She was close. At last, Maya heard a soft, frightened voice whispering nearby. She crouched behind a bush and looked around. There, huddled against a rock, was a small figure. A little alien girl, no older than 7 or 8. The girl had large, shining eyes and soft blue skin. Her hair flowed like silver strands, and she looked scared but hopeful. Maya stepped forward slowly, showing her hands were empty. "Hey," she said softly. "I'm here to help." The girl blinked, unsure. But when Maya smiled gently, the fear in her eyes eased a little. Maya reached into her pack and pulled out a small energy bar. "You must be hungry," she said. The girl hesitated, then took the bar. Maya felt a warm rush inside. She had found Kira. But the mission was far from over. The rebels would not give up easily. Maya had to stay strong, for the girl and for peace. She whispered, "We're going home, Kira." Maya watched the little girl carefully. Kira's eyes were wide and curious, but still filled with fear. The girl didn't speak Maya's language, and Maya didn't know the language of the Xylar people. Communication would be hard. Maya slowly reached into her pack and pulled out a small tablet. She turned it on and showed Kira pictures of friendly faces, food, and peaceful places. The girl's eyes followed the images, and she smiled faintly for the first time. Maya spoke softly. "My name is Maya. I'm here to help you." Kira pointed at Maya's heart, and then at herself. It was clear she understood kindness. Maya smiled again and gently touched her own chest. Suddenly, Kira's eyes lit up, and she grabbed Maya's hand. Maya felt a small, warm pulse from the girl's palm. It was like a quiet heartbeat, a strange but beautiful feeling. Maya realized that Xylar had a way to connect with others through touch. This connection helped calm Kira's fears. It was more than just words, it was trust. Maya sat down carefully on the soft moss. She wanted to show Kira that she was safe and would protect her. The girl slowly sat down beside her, still holding Maya's hand. The forest around them was quiet, but the danger was never far. Maya scanned the area with her suit's sensors. Rebel patrols were close. They had little time. Maya whispered, "We must move soon. Can you walk?" Kira nodded, but she looked weak and tired. Maya knew they needed to find a safe place to rest. Using gestures and simple drawings on the tablet, Maya explained that they had to be careful and hide from the rebels. Kira watched and learned quickly. After a few minutes, Kira pointed to a distant hill through the trees. Maya guessed it was a safe place. Higher ground with a clear view. It might be the best place to hide and plan their next move. Maya stood up and helped Kira to her feet. The little girl held Maya's hand tightly, trusting her new protector. As they moved through the forest, Maya noticed how quickly Kira adapted to her surroundings. The girl's eyes sparkled with intelligence and bravery. Despite her young age, Kira had survived alone for days. Suddenly, a rustling sound came from the bushes. Maya raised her rifle, ready to defend them both. But it was not a rebel. It was a small alien animal, curious and harmless. Maya relaxed and smiled. Even here, in a dangerous world, there was life and beauty. The journey was just beginning, but Maya felt a strong bond forming between her and the Queen's daughter. This mission was more than a job now. It was personal. Maya thought, "I will protect you, Kira, no matter what." Maya and Kira moved quickly through the dense forest. The trees closed around them like a thick wall, but Maya knew the rebels were close behind. The soft beeping from her suit's sensors warned her. Enemy patrols were near. Suddenly, a sharp noise cracked through the air. A shot. Maya dropped to the ground, pulling Kira down with her. The rebels had found them. "Stay close," Maya whispered, her eyes scanning the shadows. She raised her plasma rifle, ready to fight. The rebels appeared, moving fast and armed with strange weapons that glowed with energy. Maya's training kicked in. She fired carefully, disabling one enemy without harming Kira. The others closed in, but Maya was smart and quick. She used the trees to her advantage, dodging behind trunks and jumping over roots. Kira clung to her tightly, trusting Maya completely now. Maya spotted a narrow path between the trees and made a sudden dash for it. The rebels fired again, but Maya's quick reflexes saved her. She led Kira through the winding trail, her heart pounding. The sounds of pursuit echoed behind them. Heavy boots, angry voices, and more energy blasts. Maya knew they couldn't keep running forever. They needed a plan. Ahead, Maya saw a small river cutting through the forest. She made a quick decision. "Cross the river," she said, pulling Kira toward the water. The river was cold and fast, but Maya helped Kira step carefully on slippery stones. The rebels hesitated at the bank, unsure if they could follow quickly. Maya looked back and saw the leader of the rebels shouting orders. They didn't want to lose their prize, the Queen's daughter. Maya's mind raced. She knew she had to slow the rebels down. She grabbed a fallen branch and lit it with a small flare from her suit. She tossed it into the dry leaves near the path behind them. Flames burst up quickly, and thick smoke filled the air. The rebels shouted and scrambled to put out the fire, giving Maya and Kira time to get farther away. They didn't stop until they reached a rocky hill that overlooked the forest. Maya helped Kira sit down, her small body trembling but safe for now. Maya caught her breath and looked at the girl. "You're very brave," she said softly. "We'll get through this." Kira looked up at Maya and smiled faintly, showing more trust than before. Maya pulled out a small device and tried to contact Earth Command. The signal was weak but alive. She sent a quick message. "Mission in progress. Rescued the girl. Pursued by rebels. Need backup soon." She put the device away and looked around. The hill gave them a good view of the forest, but it wouldn't be safe forever. Maya knew the hardest part was still ahead. The rebels wouldn't stop chasing them. But she also knew one thing clearly. She would protect Kira with everything she had. Because this wasn't just a mission anymore. It was a promise. Maya and Kira stayed hidden on the rocky hill, watching the dark forest below. The fire had scared the rebels away for now, but Maya knew it was only a matter of time before they returned. She looked down at Kira, who was quietly holding her hand. Suddenly, rustling came from the bushes behind them. Maya raised her rifle, ready to defend the girl. But instead of enemies, a small group of strange creatures appeared. They were aliens, but not like the rebels. These aliens wore light armor and carried simple weapons. Their skin was greenish, with bright eyes full of curiosity and kindness. One stepped forward and spoke in a soft voice. "We are the Larry. We want to help." Maya studied them carefully but lowered her rifle. She needed allies, and these creatures looked trustworthy. "We are running from rebels," Maya said. "I'm protecting this girl. She is the Queen's daughter." The Larry exchanged quick glances. Their leader nodded. "We oppose the rebels. We will help you." Maya felt a wave of relief. She knew the forest was dangerous, and she couldn't protect Kira alone. With the Larry's help, she might have a chance. The Larry guided Maya and Kira through hidden paths in the forest. They moved quickly and quietly, avoiding rebel patrols and natural dangers like quicksand and wild beasts. Along the way, Maya learned more about the Larry. They were a peaceful tribe that wanted to end the war. Their people had suffered because of the rebels' violence. Kira watched the aliens with wide eyes. She seemed to feel safer with them around. At one point, Maya noticed a small village hidden deep in the forest. The Larry explained it was their home, a safe place away from the fighting. Maya and Kira were welcomed by the villagers. The Larry shared food and water, and Kira smiled for the first time in days, playing with some of the Larry children. Maya used the village's communication device to contact the alien queen. The queen's voice came through clearly, full of concern but also hope. "Captain Maya," the queen said, "thank you for saving my daughter. We owe you our lives." Maya felt proud but also humble. "I only did what was right." The queen continued, "When you return to Earth, there will be a reward for your bravery. But for now, stay safe. We will send help soon." Maya nodded. She looked at Kira and then at the Larry. Together, they had a chance to survive and complete the mission. As night fell, Maya sat beside a fire with the Larry. The stars shone above, and for a moment, the war felt far away. Maya whispered to Kira, "We're not alone anymore. We have friends." Kira smiled softly and squeezed Maya's hand. Maya knew the road ahead was still full of danger, but she also knew she was stronger with allies by her side. And this mission, saving a little girl, was about to change everything. The Larry village was quiet in the early morning light. Captain Maya Trent sat beside Kira, who was playing with a small wooden toy given by one of the Larry children. The girl's laughter was soft but genuine, a sound Maya hadn't heard in days. It gave her hope. Suddenly, a device in Maya's hand beeped sharply. It was a secure communication link from the Queen herself. Maya straightened and tapped the device. The image of Queen Lyra appeared, regal and calm. Her blue skin shimmered softly under the pale light of her palace. Despite the tension in her eyes, there was a warm smile when she saw Maya. "Captain Maya," the Queen said, her voice clear and steady. "You have done what no one else could. You saved my daughter, Kira. For this, I am deeply grateful." Maya felt a strong pride but remained humble. "Your Highness, it was my duty." Kira is brave, and she kept faith even when she was scared. Queen Lyra nodded. "The rebels sought to use Kira as a pawn to start a war. You have stopped their plan." The Queen paused, then continued, "We wish to thank you properly. When you return to Earth, you will receive a gift, a reward that will help humanity grow stronger." Maya's eyes widened. She had heard rumors of advanced technology from the Xylar Alliance, but never imagined she would be trusted with such a gift. Lyra's voice grew serious. "This gift is not just for you, but for all of Earth. It will help us protect peace across the stars." Maya bowed her head in respect. "Thank you, "Your Highness, I will protect Kira and ensure she returns safely." The Queen smiled softly. "I know you will." The message ended, but Maya's mind raced. This mission was more important than she had thought. It wasn't just about rescuing a child. It was about the future of two worlds. Maya looked down at Kira, who was watching her curiously. The girl reached out and touched Maya's hand. The same warm pulse connecting them again. It was a bond that went beyond words. Maya knew they couldn't stay in the village much longer. The rebels were still hunting them, and reinforcements would arrive soon. She stood up and gathered her gear. "We need to move," she said gently to Kira. The Lurry warriors gathered around to offer their protection. Their leader spoke. "We will help you reach the Queen's stronghold safely." Maya smiled, grateful for the support. "Thank you. Together, we will end this." As they prepared to leave, Maya felt a new strength inside her. The mission had grown from a simple rescue to a fight for peace. With allies at her side and the Queen's trust behind her, Maya was ready for whatever came next. Kira looked up at Maya, her eyes shining with hope. Maya returned the gaze with a promise. She would keep the little girl safe, no matter what dangers awaited. The journey from the Lurry village to the Queen's stronghold was long and dangerous. Captain Maya Trent led the group carefully through thick forests and rocky hills. The Lurry warriors moved silently, their eyes sharp for any sign of danger. Maya kept Kira close. The little girl had grown stronger but still needed protection. Maya felt a deep responsibility. She couldn't let anything happen to her. One evening, as the group set up camp near a small river, Maya noticed something strange. The Lurry leader, a tall alien named Selen, seemed nervous. He whispered to his closest warriors, casting quick glances at Maya. Maya's instincts told her to be alert. The Queen's message had said allies would help, but trust was not easy to earn here. During the night, while Maya rested lightly, shadows moved outside the camp. She woke suddenly to the sound of hushed voices. Peeking through the trees, Maya saw Selen speaking to a group of rebel soldiers, the very enemies they were running from. Maya's heart sank. She felt the sharp sting of betrayal. Selen had made a secret deal with the rebels, trading their location for safety or power. Without making the sound, Maya slipped back to the campfire. She gently woke Kira and whispered, "We must leave now. It's not safe." The group packed quickly, but before they could move far, the rebels attacked. Blaster fire lit up the dark forest. Maya grabbed Kira and pulled her behind a large rock. The rebels were fierce, and their weapons were deadly. Maya fired her plasma rifle, aiming carefully to keep Kira safe. The Lurry warriors who stayed loyal fought bravely, but the rebels were many. Despite the danger, Maya kept her cool. She shouted orders, moving with precision and courage. Suddenly, a rebel grenade exploded near the camp. Maya covered Kira with her body, protecting her from the blast. The attack was fierce, but Maya's quick thinking turned the tide. Using a flare, she called for backup from the Queen's forces, who were nearby. Within minutes, alien ships appeared overhead, firing on the rebels. The attackers scattered, retreating into the forest. Maya stood, holding Kira tightly. The betrayal had cost them, but they had survived. She looked at Selen, who was captured by the Queen's soldiers. His face showed regret, but it was too late for excuses. Maya whispered to Kira, "We must be more careful now. Trust only those who prove themselves." Kira nodded, understanding more than her young age should. The Queen's forces welcomed Maya and Kira warmly. The stronghold was near, and safety was close. Maya knew the mission was not over, but she was ready to face whatever came next. Because saving Kira was not just about a rescue, it was about hope, courage, and the future of many worlds. The Queen's stronghold rose high above the dense forest like a shining tower. Captain Maya Trent carried Kira carefully through the gates, relief washing over her. The little girl was finally safe, but the journey back to peace was not over. Inside the stronghold, the air was filled with calm and light. Guards stood alert but kind. The Queen's soldiers welcomed Maya with respect, understanding the danger she had faced. Kira looked around with wide eyes. The stronghold was different from the wild forest, bright and full of life. For the first time in days, she smiled freely. Maya sat beside Kira in a quiet room. The girl's small hand held hers tightly. "We are almost home," Maya said softly. Kira nodded, her eyes full of trust. The Queen's people gave them fresh food and clean clothes. Maya felt the weight of the mission lifting, but she knew they had to prepare for the return to Earth. Before leaving, Maya met with the Queen in a grand hall. Queen Lyra's eyes shone with gratitude. "You have done more than rescue my daughter," the Queen said. "You have brought hope to our people and to the galaxy." Maya bowed her head respectfully. "Thank you, Your Highness. It was my honor." Kira stood beside her mother, safe and smiling. The Queen placed a small device in Maya's hand. "This will help you and your people. Use it wisely." Maya felt the power of the gift, advanced technology that could change humanity's future. As they prepared to leave, Maya spent time teaching Kira about humans, their courage, hope, and strength. She told stories of Earth's history, about people who never gave up, no matter how hard the fight. Kira listened closely, her eyes shining bright. In return, Kira shared stories of her world, the stars, the forest, and the peaceful moments she remembered before the war. The bond between Maya and Kira grew stronger. They were no longer just soldier and rescued child. They were friends, united by trust and hope. The journey back was not easy. Rebels still searched the forests, and the ship faced storms in the alien atmosphere. But Maya's skills and Kira's courage helped them through. Together, they faced every challenge, knowing that the future depended on their success. As the ship left Sylar 9 behind, Maya looked at Kira and smiled. "We made it," she said. Kira reached up and held Maya's hand. "Yes," she whispered, "we made it." Back on Earth, Captain Maya Trent stood in a bright room filled with curious faces. Scientists, leaders, and soldiers gathered to hear about her mission on Sylar 9. Kira, the alien girl, stayed close by, watching everything with wide eyes. The Queen's gift lay on a table, a small device, smooth and glowing softly. It looked simple, but Maya knew it held great power. The lead scientist stepped forward and carefully picked up the device. "This technology is unlike anything we have ever seen," he said. "It could change how humans live, learn, and protect themselves." Maya watched as the scientist studied the device. She thought about the Queen's words. This gift was not just for her, but for all humanity. Kira reached out and touched Maya's hand. The warm pulse between them reminded Maya of their bond, a symbol of trust between two worlds. Suddenly, an alarm sounded. The room's large windows showed a starship landing nearby. It was a ship from the Sylar Alliance, bringing more allies and supplies. Maya smiled. The mission had started a new friendship between Earth and the alien worlds. Later, Maya was invited to a special ceremony. The leaders thanked her for her courage and determination. They said her bravery had saved not only a child, but also peace for many planets. The Queen's gift was given to Earth Command. Scientists began working day and night to understand it, hoping it would help protect humanity from future threats. Maya felt proud but humble. She knew the journey was just beginning. At night, she looked up at the stars and thought of Kira, the Queen, and the many people who had helped her. The bond between humans and aliens was growing stronger. Maya whispered softly, "We will protect this gift and the future it promises." Kira smiled, knowing she was safe and loved. Together, they faced a new dawn, one full of hope, courage, and endless possibilities. The days after Maya's return were full of excitement and change. Earth was no longer alone in the universe. The bond with the Sylar Alliance opened doors to new knowledge and friendship. Captain Maya Trent stood on a balcony overlooking a busy spaceport. Ships from many worlds arrived and left, carrying people and ideas. It was a new era, one full of promise and hope. Kira stood beside her, now safe and happy. The little girl had become a symbol of unity between humans and aliens. She smiled brightly, her blue skin glowing softly in the sunlight. Maya thought back to the moment she first found Kira, scared and alone on a strange planet. Now, the girl was growing strong and curious, learning about Earth and its people. The Queen's gift, the advanced device, was changing things fast. Scientists used it to create new technologies that improved life on Earth. Better medicine, stronger defenses, and cleaner energy. But more than the technology, it was the trust between species that mattered most. Maya and Kira's story inspired many to believe in peace and cooperation. One day, Maya was invited to speak at the Galactic Council. Representatives from many planets listened as she told her story of courage, friendship, and hope. Her words were simple but powerful. "We are stronger together," she said. "When we help each other, there is nothing we cannot face." The crowd applauded, and many nodded in agreement. Back on Earth, schools taught children about the galaxy and its many peoples. New friendships grew, and old fears faded. Maya knew there would still be challenges ahead, dangers from rebels, new conflicts, and unknown worlds. But she was ready. With Kira by her side and the support of many allies, humanity was ready to face the stars. As the sun set, Maya looked up at the night sky filled with stars. She felt hope and pride. "This is just the beginning," she whispered. Kira smiled and took Maya's hand. Together, they watched the stars, a symbol of the future they would build. A future where humans and aliens stood side by side, stronger and united. A future where courage and kindness would light the way. A new dawn for all.